The Los Angeles Lakers, once a team known for banners and parades, just ended their season with more questions than answers. After going all in to bring Luka Doncic to LA, expectations were sky high. Fans were hyped. The media was buzzing. But now, the reality is harsh. Despite flashes of brilliance, the Lakers were sent packing in the first round of the playoffs. Not in 6 or 7 games, but in just 5. The Timberwolves knocked them out, and it wasn't even close most nights. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Let's rewind for a second. The Lakers had made a bold move. They brought in Luka Doncic, a generational talent, an offensive machine, and the kind of player you build your franchise around. Pairing him with LeBron James seemed like a dream come true. It looked like the beginning of a super team. But dreams and reality rarely match up in the NBA. After the trade, the Lakers did play better. There were real signs of hope. They finished the regular season strong and entered the playoffs with momentum. But once the postseason started, everything fell apart. Their defense couldn't hold. Luka struggled more than expected. And LeBron, while still great, couldn't carry the weight like he used to. So what went wrong? The Lakers got exposed. The Timberwolves were deeper, tougher, and more consistent. They had a real game plan and executed it every night. On the other hand, the Lakers looked like a team still figuring things out. And in the playoffs, that's a death sentence. Luka's numbers? Not terrible, but not Luka-like either. He looked gassed at times, not in shape for deep playoff battles. And when your new franchise player is dragging in the first round, that's a red flag. The series loss didn't just end a season, it exposed a harsh truth. The Lakers aren't built for real title contention just yet. And now, with their stars having uncertain futures and role players under short contracts, time is not on their side. When the Lakers pulled the trigger and brought Luka Doncic to Los Angeles, it was seen as a franchise-defining moment. A torch passing from LeBron James to the next generational superstar. A master plan. But now, just months later, people are asking, did the Lakers act too fast? Did they bet the future on a player who might not be their long-term solution? Let's be clear, Luka Doncic is an elite talent. No one's doubting his skill. The man can score, pass, and control the pace like very few in the league. He has the potential to be the best player on a championship team. But potential doesn't win titles. Execution does. And so far, Luka hasn't delivered in the way LA needed him to. In the playoffs, his performance wasn't what fans expected. He looked sluggish, out of shape, and frustrated. His body language said more than the box score ever could. And that's the problem. You can't fake leadership, not in LA. The city demands more. The franchise demands more. And right now, Luka is giving less. What's more concerning? His contract situation. Luka has a player option in 2026. That means the Lakers have 2 seasons, 2 chances, to convince him to stay. If he walks, the franchise is cooked. Completely. Remember, the Lakers gave up a mountain of assets to get him. If Luka decides he's had enough by 2026 and leaves in free agency, the Lakers will be left with nothing but regrets. And make no mistake, Luka could leave. This isn't Dallas, where patience and low expectations surrounded him. This is the Lakers. The lights are brighter. The critics are louder. And the pressure, relentless. Luka wanted superstardom. Now he has it. But can he handle it? Can he lead a team that doesn't just want to make the playoffs, but win rings? It's not just about Luka's scoring. It's about his conditioning, his mindset, his willingness to play defense, to buy into a team concept. Because so far, the chemistry hasn't clicked. The Lakers looked like a disjointed group in the playoffs, not a championship-caliber squad. LeBron might be returning. The front office is trying to build around Luka. But the truth is, if he doesn't step up, physically and mentally, this whole thing collapses. Quickly. In the next year, we'll find out who Luka Doncic really is. A savior who needed time, or a ticking time bomb the Lakers were never ready to handle. While all the attention stays glued to LeBron and Luka, there's another storyline quietly unfolding, and it's just as dangerous for the Lakers' future. It's about the supporting cast. Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent. These are not just names, they're the backbone of this team. They're the players asked to do the dirty work, to hit the open shots, to defend the opposing star when LeBron or Luka can't. But here's the problem. Almost all of them are on the clock. Most of the Lakers' role players are under contract until just 2026, the same year Luka Doncic can walk away. That gives this team a 2-year window to win it all. Not 5. Not 3. Just 2. After that, it's chaos. Contracts expire. Players test free agency. The roster potentially blows up. And guess what? No one on this roster is a guaranteed long-term fit. Austin Reeves has shown flashes of brilliance. At times, he looks like a legit third option. Other nights, he disappears completely. Rui Hachimura is versatile, strong, and confident, but he's inconsistent. One game he'll score 20. The next, he can't hit a shot. Dorian Finney-Smith brings defense and floor spacing, but how much can you rely on him in crunch time of a playoff series? There's talent here, no doubt. But it's unproven when it matters most. And the irony? This team is built like a win-now squad, without playing like one. That's a dangerous combination. Because every time the Lakers drop a game, that window closes just a little more. That pressure builds. That clock ticks louder. The other challenge? Chemistry. These players haven't had enough time to gel. You can't just drop Luka into the mix mid-season and expect magic. Team basketball takes months, even years, to perfect. The Warriors weren't built in a day. The Nuggets developed their core over seasons. The Lakers, they're trying to fast-track it. And that almost never works in today's NBA. Let's not forget the off-court side of things. These are players with futures to think about. Contract years are always tricky. Guys start playing for their next deal, not always for the team. And if the Lakers start losing early next season, that locker room could get very cold, very fast. So while the spotlight is on LeBron's age and Luka's effort, the real threat might be what's happening in the middle of the roster. The role players who don't get headlines but determine whether this team can actually win when it matters. The question now becomes, can Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office hold it all together? Because once those contracts start expiring in 2026, this version of the Lakers might be gone for good. It doesn't matter how many stars you have. If you can't win the battle in the paint, you're not winning a championship. And right now, the Lakers are losing that battle every single night. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or more accurately, the lack of one. The Lakers have no true, reliable, playoff-level big man. Anthony Davis, as elite as he is, can't be your only line of defense inside. He's constantly being pulled in two directions: protect the rim and guard stretch bigs. That kind of workload wears down even the best defenders. What the Lakers needed this season, and still don't have, is a strong, physical center who can eat minutes, crash the glass, and handle the dirty work. Someone who can give Davis a break. Someone who can anchor the second unit. But instead, they had Jackson Hayes. A gamble. A backup on his best nights, a liability on his worst. And in the playoffs, he disappeared. His presence inside was soft. Opponents exploited him, knowing full well that once AD sat down, the Lakers had zero resistance in the paint. It was like opening the floodgates, easy buckets, offensive rebounds, second chance points. Over and over again. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Remember, the Lakers were in position to draft Mark Williams a couple of years ago, a 7-footer with real rim protection instincts and a strong post presence. They passed. Now, Williams is thriving elsewhere, and the Lakers are left scrambling. And here's the scary part, they don't have the tools to fix it. The Lakers' future draft capital is already thin. They gave up a haul to get Luka Doncic. Their ability to trade picks is limited. They can't offer much flexibility in free agency because of cap space issues. And other teams know this. That's why trades are harder. That's why buyout market options are slim. They simply don't have the leverage. So, what's the path forward? Realistically, the Lakers are stuck. Unless a miracle happens, like hitting gold in the late draft, or landing a veteran big man on a minimum deal who somehow still has something left in the tank, this roster is what it is. And it's not just about a center. It's about depth in general. When your bench is inconsistent, when your rotations are shaky, when your only real plan is hope Luka and LeBron go off, you're playing a dangerous game. One injury, one cold streak, and it all unravels. Now think about this. What happens if Luka decides in 2026, this isn't working, I'm out? What happens if LeBron finally calls it quits and walks away from the game? What happens when Reeves, Rue, and the rest of the supporting cast hit free agency and look for bigger contracts elsewhere? The answer is simple. The Lakers fall hard. Not just a first-round exit kind of fall. We're talking lottery team. Bottom of the West. A rebuild with no draft picks, no cap space, and no identity. The Lakers built this team thinking they had time. But time is running out. Unless the front office finds answers, fast, this version of the Lakers might go down as one of the most ambitious but ultimately failed experiments in franchise history. And in a city like Los Angeles, failure isn't forgotten.